Hey everybody, so today I'm going to sort my buttons for eBay. These were the 3 lots I bought over the last week. Hooks in this one. Nice cast iron hooks. But, well, and feet in this one. So, my plan is to dump them all out, separate some of the shell, and bone. Hopefully make a lot of the large plastic ones. This is the box where I got that Motorman button. I might actually list that by itself. But I did get a bunch of buttons. So I figure the easiest way to do it, we'll do these in a little bit. These are all the carded ones, the Bakelites and stuff like that. I think the easiest way to do it is pour it all out and find ones that are kind of similar. Use the top of that tin to throw all the big celluloid and Bakelite buttons on. But I don't know. I was supposed to go to a storage auction today. Is that 2 more of those? That's a set of 6. That's pretty nice. But I decided to take it easy. I've been running around with a chicken with his head cut off. Sorry I haven't been answering as many questions. I have been reading them. I just haven't had. I get home and feel kind of. This is a nice glass one. So there's 2 of those. 2 nice big glass. Feel kind of wiped out for the day. So I am going to try to be better at replying to everybody who has questions or anything. But thank you everybody for sending me all the messages and that. So I guess I got plastic and glass in this, but I figure I'm going to make a big shell lot over here. And then it will hopefully sort itself out. There's that Saint Christopher. It's a hologram. That's pretty cool. The nice thing about button lots is you always find oddball things in them too. Sometimes you'll find gold rings. Here's a looks like a sterling Jesus. Oh. Another one of those. The big buttons, there's going to be a lot of carved plastic, carved celluloid, some carved Bakelite. Easiest way to tell the difference between Bakelite and celluloid, let's see, is celluloid tends to be see-through, like, or translucent a little bit. See how, and a Bakelite one, that might be Bakelite. We'll rub it and find out. But easiest way I know is you use a little bit of friction and then you smell it, and if it has the formaldehyde smell almost, that's the Bakelite. A lot of these are celluloid. Bakelite's also tends to be like a solid color, like this green. That one's a Bakelite button. And then, like, see on this card, those are lucite, not celluloid. This would be celluloid. Let's see if there's a Bakelite to show you. So here's a Bakelite, nice red Bakelite button on the cards. But they're all good for crafts. It's a nice design on a piece of brass. I don't know exactly what it did. Looks like it went on a lip of something, and I don't know. Putting all the oddball things I find over here. Another piece of brass. I don't know if maybe I'll try to get a pile of glass, small glass. Always put these glass buttons over there. But my plan this spring is to hopefully get a couple more house clean outs. That's a plate for a sewing machine for the needle to go through. Hopefully to get a bunch more of the house clean outs, either with Dan or doing by word of mouth. I might luck out and find one or two while I'm garbage picking. I normally tend to do that just because you can tell when somebody is I don't know, purging everything in their house. They put all the bags to the curb, and as long as you can get to them before they order the dumpster or before they fill the dumpster. See that Stars celluloid. You can tend to get a lot of good things. I went to an estate sale yesterday, and he said the biggest problem he has right now is people trying to help him out by getting a dumpster, making room, throwing out all the smalls so people can get into the house, but they tend to throw out all the high-end like collectible tools and stuff like that. So I don't know. I know spring is when people tend to work on all that stuff the most. A little bit in the fall. That's another celluloid. So there's not a ton of Bakelite in this, but there's a couple. That's a Bakelite button right there. And I'm starting to get some shell together. Look at that glass button. It's got a nice little brass hook for it's a good gear for, I have no clue, maybe a clock. But I'll put that in with this steampunk parts and pieces. Might have rain this weekend, and it was going to be the kids' first time set up at the flea market. Nice little flat key. So we'll have to, I guess, play the flea market by ear. That would have been a good pin. I think it says sterling. I'm not sure. But I had been getting pretty lucky shopping at the flea market. The one terracotta piece I picked up at Lambertville is already over 200 bucks on my friend's eBay site for me. So I just don't want to ship anything that big, so I was kind of happy to give it to him. And I almost sold it for 200 bucks. I think this is for a game piece. I don't think it's a dreidel, but it might be. I'm not a take 3, put 1, take 2. You get 0 on that, so it's like a, I guess that's why it was with the buttons. You spin it and you put one button back. Starting to get a bunch of celluloid together. I'll show you the pairs I got on that. I like that one. But see, as you separate the big and the small, you're left with real nice craft buttons, and it's getting harder and harder to find all these shell and bone buttons at the market. I guess it's less and less older button lots have been showing up. I did find that string of buttons the other day that I'm actually going to list, hopefully with these this weekend, but that had a bunch of early Victorian buttons on it. There, first piece of gold recovery. Put that over there. It's a button for I guess a men's shirt. That one's pretty cool too. I'll put that with the mother of pearl. I think this must have been a chauffeur, but I'm not 100% sure. If anybody knows, please leave me a comment on this button. I always like these glass buttons. They're kind of almost like the detail, and then they put that gold wash on them. I think that might be it on little treasures. Here's another little medallion. Metal. I think there's 3 of those. 1, 2, 3. Made pretty nice. Another one of those stars. We got 5 of those so far, I think. I don't think there's any others in here. If anybody does do any type of craft with the buttons, if you can, send me a picture. There's a lady at the market who makes quilts. Like, so she'll use all the, look at that glass button. She'll use all the pearl buttons and outline like Indian designs with the mother of pearl buttons. And I think she's been doing it probably for like the last 20 years at Lambertville. Here's a Bakelite, nice small one. And she seems to be selling every one she makes. This says Boy Scouts of America, but that's an early Boy Scout button. I would say super early. I have done very well in the past on early Boy Scout uniforms. I am an Eagle Scout. I got that a long time ago. But you don't see too many of the early Boy Scout pieces anymore. Good snap cufflink. I always sell these in lots. They tend to bring $1 a piece. That's kind of fun too. Sweet DRR maybe? I'm not sure. I think this is an advertisement for early jean. So I think it's an early jean. See how they're having a tug of war between the pair of trousers? I guess we'll make a little metal lot of odd buttons that we find. Another interesting glass. Long time ago I used to pick buttons for design also. But I'd say 15 years ago it seemed like it was a lot easier finding the vintage buttons. Trenton Street Railway, that's pretty cool. That is a trolley car. Conductor's button. See, definitely pays to go through. These are early 1920s cloth buttons. Whole set of them, probably for a dress or something. I'm gonna leave them out. I don't know where to put those. And that's glass, but it's a bead. It's like an early trade bead of some sort. I'm gonna put that in the junk drawer lot. It's very cool, very Victorian. Early army pin or button. some type of military. I'm pretty happy with what I found so far. I still have this whole box to sort too. Another little metal button. I'm on the look for the metal buttons right now, trying to get enough to make a lot. Another piece of gold recovery. It's a little piece of gold filled, probably a snap button or something like that. But it takes a long time for me to save up enough. I think I only have about 8 pounds of plate and filled. So, that's thousands of pieces, especially when they're that size. You figure that's not even maybe 1/10 of an ounce. Another metal button. What's this one say? 17-cent Independence Liberty. It's kind of, I don't know how old it is. Would be kind of neat if it was from 1876. Good toggle. Here's something. Military equipment. That's part of a sewing machine, but they're also good for steampunk, those little screws. I have the large lot of jewelry I bought also to go through. If anybody wants to find me on eBay, just type in Blue Bus Dave. Thank you. I don't know if I'll be able to get that done today or not. If I keep on going through stuff and not list, I'll never get anything done. That's a nice button. It looks like it's snapped on the back, but it's still just a good design. These are the metal buttons we've gotten so far. And a pair of those. These are the mother of pearl large buttons that we picked out. All the celluloid. And I guess there's a little bit of Bakelite in there. Furniture tank. 22 casing. That's the glass that we picked out. Really like that emerald one. Can almost set that in the ring. There's some red. Alright, let's go through this real fast. Just see how I'm gonna separate these. Guess we'll do 2 tones. We'll put Bakelite in the tone section. There's a pretty mother of pearl. Put that with but there's a lot of big mother of pearl in here. Some glass. Another 2-tone. 1940s it says. Definitely somebody took a lot of time to put all this together. Look like big diamonds. Little flowers, glass flowers. These work really well for doll dresses and stuff. What does that say it is? Catalan? I don't know. Put that. Let's see if you guys. Oh, we got one rhinestone. Couple big mother of pearls. It's a nice large bone set. More Bakelite. Another Bakelite. Single glass. I think I'm going to leave most of these cards just because I kind of like the way they look. Another Bakelite. Nice thing is it's all red Bakelite, so I just got a whiff of the. Those are pretty glass ones. Just got a whiff of the formaldehyde since they're kind of sitting in the sun. Nice mother of pearl. Can't tell what that is. Alright, well, I think I got 5 or 6 lots now, because I'll probably just put these into, I got a box of Ziplocs, put these in the Ziplocs. I got the mother of pearl lot, I got the large plastic lot, I have the glass lot, the Bakelite lot, and the oddball plastic lot. So pretty sure those are my lots I'm going to make today, and hope you guys enjoyed this video. The deer came by and ate all my pansies I just planted, so kind of waiting to see if they come back out and eat them again, but hopefully not. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll catch everybody next video. Hope you have a good weekend. See everybody later. Peace. If anybody wants to find me on eBay, just type in Blue Bus Dave. Thank you.